Okay, welcome back. Sorry for that break in transmission. I think the network was acting up. So where we stopped, we're trying to locate -5 and -9. -5 on the x-axis and -9 on the y-axis. Okay, so I found -9 on the y-axis. So I'll locate -5 on the x-axis. Okay, good. So if you look closely, you will see the intersection. You will see the intersection of -5 and -9. So that happened at this point. That happened at this point. Happened here. So that is our first point. Are we good? Yes, that's our first point. P1. So I'll write P1 there. I'll write P1. Now the second point that we got was -4 and -7. -4 and -7. Okay. Okay. So now I'm going to use an imaginary line to locate -4 and -7. -4. At this point, we have -4, 7. And we also have the intersection. Yes, that is the intersection. The intersection. Oh, no, 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 no. This is the intersection. Okay. I will continue to locate all the points until we get the final answer. Okay. I will continue to locate all the points. So this is P2. Sorry. P2. P3. P3 was -3 -5. -3. So I'm going to use a circle to locate it. -3 -5. -5 is midway between -4 and -6. So this is, that is the point. That is the point. P3. Okay. Let me go back. I want to go back because I think I wrote P in the way that the line is going to be drawn. So I'm going to write it outside, P2. Okay. P3 was -3 -5. -3 -5 is somewhere here. So write P3. P4. -2 -3. -2 -3. P2. -2 -3. Then P5 is -1 -1. -1 -1. -1 -1. Okay. P4. This is 4. This is P5. P6. P6. P6 is 0 and 1. P6 is 0 and 1. So when X is 0, Y is 1. When X is 0, Y is 1. So 1 is midway between 0 and 2, which is here. So that is P6. While P7 is 1 and 3. 1 and 3. 1 and 3. P7 is 1 and 3. P8 is 2 and 5. P8 is 2 and 5. P8 is 2 and 5. P9 is 3 and 7. P9 is 3 and 7. P10 is what? 4 and 9. P10 is 4 and 9. 4 and 9. 9 is midway between. While the final point is 11. P11. P11 is 5 and 11. 5 and 11. So locate 5 and then 11. 5, this is 5. And 11, midway between 10 and 12, is what? Okay, so this is our P10. This is our P10. So voila, we have plotted our graph. Are you happy? I'm happy, very happy about that, because it's not easy to plot graphs, I must say. But with the right technique and the right tactics, you can plot an excellent graph. So we are going to draw our line. The next thing is to draw your line. The next step is to draw your line. So let's go and draw the line. Step 6. Step 6. Draw the line or join the points. Draw the line of the graph by joining the points. Okay, so we're going to join the line. So sometimes, depending on the equation, the kind of equation, if it's a linear equation, you're expected to have a line graph. If it is a quadratic equation, you're expected to have a curved line. If it is a polynomial, which is above x raised to power 2, equations that contain powers higher than 2, it's going to look like a parabola. A parabola, that means a curved line. Okay, it's going to be something like this. Something like this. It's a parabola. Okay, a parabola. Okay, so let's go ahead and draw the line. Going ahead to draw the line, we will have what color should I use now? I need a color that is very catchy. I need a color that is very catchy. Whew. I need a color that is very catchy. Okay. Okay. So let's choose, should we choose black? Okay, let's try black. So we're going to plot a line. We're going to draw a line that will go through all the points. Okay, so even if it doesn't go through all the points, at least majority of the points have been gotten. Majority of the points have been gotten. So this is what we have. Now, this is a graph. Okay, so this is our graph. So we have successfully completed 80% of our graph plotting. So now the final thing we're going to do is to find the slope. The final thing we're going to do in this graph is to find the slope. So how do you find the slope? The slope is the change in the y-axis all over the change in the x-axis. That is called the slope. The change in the y-axis all over the change in the x-axis. Okay, so how do we do that? You draw a line. So I'm going to use light blue. No, black. Black is okay. Okay, so I will draw another line using light blue. The line of the slope. Okay, so I'm going to draw something like a triangle for the slope. So I'm going to use the biggest size. So I'm going to choose any point on the, you choose any point on the slope, on the line, any point on the line. Okay, then you draw another line, you choose any point at all, any 2 points. Okay, so that gives us our slope. That gives us our slope. So you can see the triangle, the right angle triangle I drew here. So I chose points 10 and P10 and P9 for finding my slope. P9 and P10 for finding my slope. So how do we calculate the slope? Simply, I want to choose a color, sorry. I want to choose a color that will be very catchy. Okay, so if I want to find the slope, I'll write slope is equal to change in the y-axis all over change in the x-axis. So because I chose point 10 and point 7, point 10 and point 7. So I'm going to say, what is the value of y on point 10? The value of y on point 10 is 9 minus the value of y on point 7 is 3. I draw a line, a dividing line. Okay, now we'll find the corresponding values of x on point 10, which is 4, and minus the corresponding value of 0.7, which is 1. So the value I got here is 9 minus 3 gives you 6. 4 minus 1 gives you 3. If I cancel out, my slope S is equal to what? 2. My slope S is equal to 2. And now I am 100% complete in plotting my graph. At this point, I should be having 25/30 or 30/30, depending on how careful I was in generating my table of values and choosing my scale. Okay, so I'm just going to add up the last step, which is step 6. Step 7, sorry. Find the slope. Find the slope of the line. Now, this slope is what? Slope S is equal to change in the y-axis all over change in the x-axis. Okay, so that will be, this is the symbol for change. Okay, so you choose any. How do you find the slope? You choose any. Choose any 2 points on your line. So I chose point 10 and point 7. Okay, remember point 10 was what? 9 and what? 6, right? Point 7 was 3 and 1. Sorry, 3 and 1. Okay, so that was what I used to find the slope. So that means our S was what? We took 9 minus 3. Change means the difference, right? Difference between 9 and 3. While the change in the x-axis was what? 6. Sorry, was it 4? Sorry, this was 4. Was 4 minus 1, giving us 6/3. Canceling out, we ended up having 2. So that is how to find the slope. Okay, so these are the steps to plotting a successful graph. These are the steps of plotting a successful graph. So I'm done with this example for now. So for now, we'll stop here. I will stop here, and then if you have any questions, you can ask.